Schizophrenia is also known as a debilitating disorder. It is one of the kinds of disorders which is tremendously harmful for the individual as well as their family and the society. It is a part of a group of psychotic disorders where occupational functioning gets affected. Now schizophrenics can undergo various kind of symptoms. There can be negative symptoms, positive symptoms, or psychomotor symptoms. All these symptoms we need to observe carefully. Now in the mind of schizophrenics, the thought process is something which is affected. So a logical thought process is not there. The formal structured thought process is absent, and as a result there is derailment. Derailment means the rail should go on the track but the train is not on the track, and therefore whenever the person is sitting, there could be illogical thought talking to you about, let's say, an examination and thinking about what could be the next future of this world or something beyond the normal thought process, totally illogical, is what is known as derailment. So the formal thought structure is broken. First is derailment, the next is neologic or neologicism. Here the person tries to invent new words of their own. Any new word which do not have any significant meaning or existence but has to be created, and those are known as neologism. And the last one is a persistent repetition of a thought or a act, and this is known as perseveration. So under a perseveration, the person would constantly keep on saying the same thing repeatedly. Even if you have heard, even if you have done the same thing, the person would keep on repeating that this is to be done, this is to be done, this is to be done. And then there is a lot of time inappropriate effect. That means the emotions which should be as per the situation are not there. For example, if a birthday party is going on, the person, rather than being happy, might suddenly start to cry, and this is an inappropriate effect, and this is part of an unsuitable emotion which is represented at a point where it should not be. Now a person who is schizophrenic can undergo delusions and undergo hallucinations. So the delusions are understood as a kind of false belief that are on inadequate grounds. Now these false beliefs which are on the inadequate grounds are to be understood very carefully. Now whenever there is schizophrenia, there are positive symptoms as well as negative symptoms, as we said. So positive symptoms are a pathological excess of something or bizarre thoughts that appear into the mind. There can be disorganized thinking, disorganized thought process, perception, and therefore a lot of confusion can occur. Now these delusions can be of various types. As we said, under delusion there is a false belief that the things are as they are on a firmly inadequate ground. So for example, I say delusion of persecution. That means if I am walking, I am having a delusion that someone is behind me, someone is constantly following me, someone is having an eye on me. So this is what is delusion of persecution. The person is trying to attack me, threaten me. The next is delusion of reference. Delusion of reference say that you attach certain importance or specific meaning to the actions or the objects that are there, unless they are not important, but still you attach some important meaning and reference to it, and this is known as delusion of reference. The next is delusion of grandeur, where a person thinks I am the king, I am the universe, and this is what is delusion of grandeur. I am the biggest and the most important person in this world. The next is delusion of control. Under this, a person says that I am always under control, I am being tied by someone, I have to follow the rules, my thoughts, my feelings, my actions are being determined by someone, and that is delusion of control. So those are certain kinds of delusions that occur. There can be scenarios of hallucination. Now hallucination is where there is a perception but there is no stimuli. There is nothing that has happened but still there is a reaction. So there is a reaction without any action. As simple as that. So without any external stimuli, the person has certain perceptions. Most common of these is auditory. You keep hearing sound. Someone is shouting, someone is screaming, something is happening, and there is someone is talking about you. There is some people who are whispering about you. So those are kind of auditory hallucination. There is nothing happening, nothing in the surrounding, but there is a sensation that something is going around. The next is tactile. It's a form where you have a tingling sensation, a burning sensation in the hand without anything, without any symptom. Somatic hallucination. Somatic hallucination, a person might complain that I have a snake inside my stomach, the snake is moving inside my stomach, and that is a somatic hallucination. The next is visual hallucination. Visual hallucination means you would see distinct colors, different persons standing around, different kind of vision that could be seen all of a sudden, and that is visual hallucination. Nothing in real world, but still you would see something. There is nothing in the room, you would see snakes hanging from the wall, and that is a visual hallucination. Gustatory hallucination. Gustatory means taste. So whatever you are eating, let's say you are drinking a juice, but you would think that no, this is very bitter in taste. So it is just a gustatory. You are not even drinking. You are just assuming that I am drinking and this is very bitter. I am supposed to drink let's say a mango juice, but this is not a mango juice. This is a very bitter gourd juice. The next is olfactory hallucinations. Olfactory hallucinations means there are hallucinations of smell. You would smell something bizarre, something poisonous. You might smell something smoky. There is nothing around. So those are various kind of hallucinations. Also, schizophrenics come up with lots and lots of negative symptoms. These could be loss of speech, loss of clarity of thought to begin with. So eloquia is a common example. Eloquia means poverty in speech. The person is not able to speak properly. There is reduction in their speech. They won't be able to speak anything. There is blunt effect. That means even if there is happiness, they would sit idle. Even if there is a sad atmosphere, they would remain as it is. There is no emotion at all. They become emotionless. And this is what is known as blunt effect. The next is also a flat effect. Flat effect is similar to a blunt effect, but flat effect is totally flat. Blunt is, we can say, a little reduced, where even in a happy atmosphere, the person would not be happy, but would not be that flat. But into a flat effect, the person would be totally emotionless. Even if it is a happy moment, even if it is a sad moment, does not matter. The person would completely remain emotionless. And the last is evolution. Evolution is apathy. That means it is a kind of inability to start or complete anything. So the person is totally away from everything, totally withdrawn from all the things around, does not want to begin anything, does not want to start any new venture, does not want to end whatever is in hand, keep everything as it is. The next is psychomotor symptoms. So we talked about positive symptoms, negative symptoms. Coming on to psychomotor symptoms. Psychomotor symptoms are those symptoms where there are spontaneous gestures. All of a sudden something would happen, and this is known as catatonia. Now catatonia is something which is very common form of psychomotor symptom under schizophrenic patients. So there can be a catatonic stupor. That means a person would remain motionless for a whole duration, and the people around them would be totally surprised why this person is not moving, and the person would remain motionless for a very long period of time. This is known as catatonic stupor. The next is catatonic rigidity. That means if I am standing like this, I would keep my hand like this for a very long period of time. So my hand would go rigid. It would not move by all means. And this would be the catatonic rigidity. The next is catatonic posturing. That means a person would assume any awkward posture and would then not move. And this is a catatonic posturing. So anything that is bizarre, which is not normal, is part of catatonia, which is an extreme form of schizophrenia that has come to. And here the motions would be very surprising and shocking for the family members as well. So based on the DSM-4 TR classification, there have been various types of schizophrenia disorder classification which have been done. The first is paranoia or paranoid schizophrenia. Paranoid schizophrenia is a schizophrenia where a person is occupied with delusions, with auditory hallucinations. Without anything, the person would keep hearing about things. There could be disorganized speech, there could be inappropriate actions or effect that can be seen. The next is disorganized schizophrenia. Disorganized schizophrenia is a schizophrenia of speech and behavior. There is flat affect, no emotions and no catatonic symptoms at this stage. Catatonic schizophrenia is extreme motor immobility where a person is not able to move, not able to maintain the postures. There is extreme form of negativism that enters into person, and the person at some stage refuses to speak. You keep on speaking, the person would not give answer to it. The person would say, I don't want to talk, I don't want to speak. And that is an extreme form of mutism. We call it as mutism as well. Undifferentiated schizophrenia. Undifferentiated schizophrenia is a schizophrenia that does not meet any of the classifications that we have explained, but still have all the symptoms that are present there. And then the residual schizophrenia, there where you have at least one episode of schizophrenia that has happened in your life. There are no positive symptoms, but yes, there are negative symptoms which are associated to it, and that is what is residual. It was there, it is as a part of residue in your existence, and this is the kind of residual schizophrenia. So those are the various types of schizophrenias, the classification and explanation of delusion, hallucination that we have understood in this lecture. We would be covering many more sections. Stay tuned.